naming names or places. No naming names, no naming places.
That's funny. There's a podcast that I listen to. They judge their story off of names and places.
Hmm.
Was there ghosts? Yeah, they're great. Um, yeah. So I got all that art shit and I can't draw. So
No, I
yeah, it's one of those.
I can copy anything. Like if I see an art, like a craft or something like that, I can copy it. But if I'm supposed to try to come up with like my own original idea, fuck it, it's not happening.
I have gobs of ideas. I just can't put them into fruition. I don't have that skill set.
No,
I'd love to be able to draw, but like I said, I can play, 12 instruments, but
you play video games? Oh, 12
I do. I can
instruments.
play damn near anything. I can play games. I can play anything.
I can't.
I think
Sorry.
she was saying something about
There.
they were talking about something. It was a group chat and they were talking about something and I said, "Yeah, I wish I could do that. Dang it, I'm mad that I can't." She's just all, "God, man, save some for other people, please." I'm like,
Mm.
"Jesus." She's like, "You don't have to be the best at everything." I'm like, "But I kind of want to." Anyways,
It's just our competitive nature, is all it is.
yeah, we are competitive and things happen. I know I've already told this story to you, but I'm going to say it again because we didn't use it last time. So I'm going to tell the liquor store story. Okay.
Oh,
So the
okay.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I have plenty of those, but I don't know if they're,
Mm.
yeah,
No,
it's not.
this one's just one of those you ever have someone like use a compliment to insult someone else when they compliment
That's the
you
best
only
thing to
to
do.
you insult. Yeah, well, this woman did just that with me, and I was standing there like a dumbass. I didn't know what to say. Um, I walked into this little liquor store near where I work, and I wanted to get some milk and for my donuts. So I'm standing in
Hmm.
line, I'm waiting, and there's a lady in front of me, and she's kind of leaning on the counter, and she's wearing like a hoodie, and it's like a pretty fairly baggy hoodie. And she's complaining to the lady behind the counter, who's probably, I think her and her husband own the store, but she's complaining to the lady behind the counter about how, oh, I feel terrible and I feel old and blah, blah, blah. And the lady behind the counter is just, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And then I try to make her feel better. So I go, well, I'm almost this age. I'm like, I'm almost this age and don't feel bad because. And then the lady behind the counter looks at her and she goes, "Why don't you look like her? Like, why
Wow.
aren't you healthy like her? Yeah, why aren't
Wow.
you healthy like her?" And I'm thinking, boy, looks can be so deceiving because
Eh,
I'm certainly not that healthy. The
yeah.
two major knee surgeries I've had would lie and say, "Yeah, we're healthy."
Yeah, it's just knee surgery. That's overuse. That's just
But when she
overuse.
turned around, I was slightly horrified that I even tried to defend her in the first place. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, you lived a hard life, and
Yeah.
it's taken a toll on your face. I
Isn't it weird
understand."
though now, like seeing people and you're just like, Jesus Christ, that person's super old. Wow. Oh God, wait, I went to high school with them. How did I
or
go to high school with all these
uh,
old people? This is so
or they were
weird.
behind me in school. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're younger than me.
Or they'll
Yeah,
approach you.
it's funny.
I was a
It
sophomore when you were a senior. You were? Okay, cool. You look like shit.
well, you
No, that's
didn't
not
age
nice to
well. You probably should
say.
have quit drinking a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Crystal meth will do that to you.
Fucking
I,
A, man. They didn't get like faces of meth out of the valley for nothing, man. That stuff's
dude,
it only
listen,
takes like
yeah.
6 months and they're not even the same fucking
Or the
person
ones where they
anymore.
show like their
Their
what are
original
those the
arrest
pictures? Yeah,
record?
but yeah, arrest pictures. Like when
Yes.
they show like the progression between like when they got arrested
Mm-hmm.
at 15 and then they get arrested at whatever fucking horrible age
Yeah, and
they
then
finally
now
get
they're on
arrested
meth
and
and
then
they've got all those little
pass.
sores all over their
Oh
face, and then
God,
the
yeah,
next time
just
they're like 4 pounds
eyebrows are
and
shaved and
sores.
then the next
Their hair hasn't
time
been washed in a month. Yeah. Oh,
it's
it's a
so sad.
sad, sad fall in that stuff, boy.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad. Whew.
it is.
Especially if you have an addictive personality, and apparently a lot of people do, that stuff will just bury you. There's no getting out
Well,
of it.
the part that's also funny about it is like sugar's one of the most addictive things out there. I think
Oh,
everyone's in some
absolutely.
way addicted to sugar, but it's okay because,
Caffeine.
that's
It's okay.
acceptable. But
Yeah. Well, you know how it goes. We don't.
Hey,
We can do a whole fucking story on that. I'll tell you what. Eventually, we'll do a half hour pay podcast part that you can go on to where we talk about cringe shit that we wouldn't normally.
cringe shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
like it.
stuff that we
New
have to like.
topic.
Yes. Oh yes, absolutely. But yeah, so that you know, it's a backhanded compliment, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I did look younger than her, and she was a lot younger than me. But you and I both have been told on the regular that we don't look our age. So I mean, that's good.
Definitely don't act our age. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying for
For sure.
certain. For certain. Yes, yes. So, I have never seen fairy folk. What the hell? Fairy folk. I've never seen fairy folk. Fairies. I've never seen a fairy. I want to see a fairy, but they say if you eat with them, you'll never leave. If you eat or drink with fairies, you're with the fairies forever. Never seen a fairy.
Well, I live dangerously close to San Francisco, so.
I know what you've seen there. Well, I have
Oh.
gone to a few events there, so yes, I have seen some things. I've seen bears and pigs and
Um,
all kinds of stuff.
I don't know if we live in an area where fairies would be prevalent, I guess. I'd never seen a lightning bug until about like 3 years ago. And it was
Really
like, seriously, like, and I was like,
enamored with a bug.
my fucking reaction to it was so it was embarrassing. We're just sitting there and I'm just looking and I'm looking at this thing and it's like blinking and this kid that was in my class, literally a child, he was 20 years old. He goes, "Oh, it's lightning bug or whatever the fuck they call him in Illinois, wherever he was from." And I'm like, oh my God, what? I'm like, no, because I know they exist, but I've never seen one because they're not in California. So he goes over like, and I kind of lose track of what's going on. We're talking, we're all out there just like having a barbecue and stuff, or whatever. And he goes, Sally, look, and he turned around and he's got like a water bottle and he'd emptied it and he'd filled them with the lightning bugs. And he's like
Oh, like a
kind of
jar
shaking
full.
them, like trying to get them to light up and everything.
And they're like, fuck
Oh
off.
my God. No, seriously. I was like, cool. I sat there and stared at it for like 20 minutes. Way too long. Way too long that I sat and stared at that thing. I was like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever. But then I felt bad and I had to let them go because I didn't want them to die. But yeah, then you just drive along. And you're like, what the fuck is that blinking over there? And it's just like hella lightning bugs. This is super cool. I don't have
People
cool
could
shit
think
like that.
of fairies and things like that were real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. You can't explain a bug with a lit ass. You can't explain that. Especially
No.
not back then.
Mm-mm.
Especially not back then.
No. It's in that Tiana movie, Princess and the Frog or whatever it's called. And the one guy, he's a lightning bug, but still, that's animation. That's Disney magic, and I'm for it. But still, to see them in real life,
Yeah, you can see pictures of the aurora borealis, but if you see it in person, it's not the fucking same. You can't get the grandeur of what you're looking at.
exactly. And it's just like that quote in there's a movie that I'm going to take us back to, and it's Good Will Hunting. When
Oh,
he's
okay.
talking about,
Yep.
have you ever traveled? And he's like, no, man, it's just a joke. It's funnier first person. And he's like, yeah, it is. And he goes, but have you ever been to, he starts naming these places. You don't know what it smells like and the Sistine Chapel. And, you've never experienced these things. You can talk about them because you've read about them, but until you've actually experienced it, you don't really know what it's like. And it's just, that's so true. And the Aurora Borealis is a perfect example because I have a lot of friends who, well, not a lot. I have some friends who live in Alaska or friends that are from Minnesota, and they talk about it. And I'm just like, I don't know how, but I have to get there and I have to see that. That just sounds
I
like
agree. I
something
agree. I
incredible.
predict a podcast at the aurora borealis is in our
Okay.
future someday.
Do they get
I think
Wi-Fi?
that's going to be a
If they
must.
don't get Wi-Fi, I'm not going.
Well, it'll be all crackly.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
We'll filter that out.
I,
That's good. It's
I
all good.
just kind of feel like the podcast would just kind of be frustrating as well because we're seeing here now, we're seeing it, and we're telling all of the people that have never seen it, and we're trying to explain it
Oh,
to them. It's like, yeah, just go see it.
they're like, fuck
Like
yeah.
Niagara Falls. Niagara
It's
Falls.
just a
That sounds
green light.
amazing. But
Yes.
and I've seen hella
Grand
movies with
Canyon.
it in there or pictures or whatever. Okay, but here's the thing with the Grand Canyon.
Oh no,
That
no, no,
scene,
no.
this is all going to be about movies
Oh
apparently.
no.
That scene in Vacation when they're driving to
Yeah, I
Wally
knew
World.
we were going there.
They stop and they're all just standing there looking at the grandeur and the amazement that is the Grand Canyon. And Clark just like gives it maybe 8 seconds, and then he's like, "All right, let's go."
That's
I just
hilarious.
like, God, I kind of feel like that would be me. I hope not. I mean, I like rocks and shit, but still, it's like, okay, that looks great. That's incredible. Wow, that's so. Okay, I gotta go. That's it. That's it. Let's go to the next place. But I don't want to be like that. What is that noise? Oh,
I'm sorry, I
sorry.
have a disagreeable dog barking at a car horn in the background. That's just going off and going off and going off.
No, you could have just stopped a disagreeable dog. Both of your dogs are pretty disagreeable.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind
One's
of.
disagreeable, but
Ugh.
oh no, come on
She's
now, a little
a
bit,
cranky old bitch, is
a
what
little
she
bit
is.
disagreeable.
I think we could be
I'm
honest
not
about
very
it. I think
happy
she'd
that.
she'd
You know
go
what?
with it.
Hang on, okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we're back,
All
and that
right.
was my fucking car.
I
Ah,
knew it.
that
I
was my
fucking knew it
alarm.
would be
Thank
your
you. You know,
car.
I knew it sounded so familiar to
Oh,
me.
that is
That tender
hilarious.
sound of meh, meh, meh.
Yeah,
My dog's
that
all
whole who the
bark,
fuck's
bark.
car
It's
is
your
that?
car. Bark,
That's
bark.
right.
It's your
That's it.
car. Shut
Hey,
the
Jan,
f up.
I know
It's
you're in
your
the middle
car,
of your
bitch.
thing, but do you hear that?
Yeah,
Because we
she
hear
warned
it.
me. She warned me. I don't
We hear
listen.
it. We know it's
That's
going
it,
off. So
right? And all this time I thought it was nothing. Son of a
yeah,
bitch. Yeah, so
piece of
welcome
shit.
back. Welcome back. So,
Hey,
do
here
we
we
have any
are.
stories that we'd like to tell about what's happened lately?
Okay, I don't know
Uh-oh.
where this
Okay.
would fall. Haha, speaking of fall,
As long as it falls
it
into
involves
funny, we're good to go.
something along that. But it's a funny story, so I don't give a shit. I went to our local, I'll say it, Trader Joe's. Trader
All
Joe's,
right.
folks. If you like quality food for a great price, go to Trader Joe's. Anyway, so we go to
There
Trader
you go.
Joe's. It's fucking
The plug is
Monday
done.
at whatever time it was. Like it was like afternoon. I think it was about 1 o'clock, right? Lunchtime
Hmm.
ish. Stupid time to go anywhere and try to rush,
Sometimes, yes.
especially that
Definitely.
place, because people go in there for their lunch, and then people go in
Oh,
there to
do they really?
shop, and there's just lots of shut up, and then there's just lots of shit that goes on around there at that time. It's fucking busy, and you don't go into Trader Joe's to rush. You chill yourself out, you center yourself, and you let the Trader Joe's gods lead you. That's how it works. You
Well,
cross
that's why I
those
don't
golden
go there.
doors into Trader Joe's, and
That's funny.
you just follow Joe's hand. He's just going to show you where you're going to need to
That's so
be,
funny.
and you're going to look
You
at shit, and
Trader
you're going to
Joe
go,
fans, I'll tell you what,
I'm going to be like, I don't know if I need.
you
No, you
folks are
need it.
loyal.
No, you need it. You need this. And look, it's only $3.99. Look at this. It's only $2.50.
Oh
So
my God,
you just
justification.
absolutely, you just go along and you're just like, do I need brie? Fuck yes, you need brie. Get the brie, and then you're going to go over there and you're going to get that fig jam you've been looking at, because
Well,
that's
now
going to
that
be
I
great
have
together.
Brie,
And now that you got the brie and the fig jam, look at these crackers over here. These crackers are going to go great with that. It's just the way it happens. You just accept it. You don't think, I don't need to go down that aisle. Yes, you need to go down that aisle. You do need to go down that aisle. So you just go down that aisle. Anyways,
isn't it
regardless,
kind of small though?
doesn't matter.
Uh, I've been in one. I've been in the one in our
Jesus.
hometown here,
You
and
know,
honestly, I guess I wasn't. I guess I had big expectations with what everybody talks about. The Trader Joe lovers, boy, they pumped that
what do you
place. I
mean
went in there and
they?
went,
Hello,
meh.
hi, me.
Oh well, you didn't pump it to me. They
I
did, and when
will
I went, I wasn't. I was like, meh.
I will get everything at Trader Joe's, and then if there's like one specific thing, like pimentos, I'm not sure if they have pimentos at Trader Joe's, but if I need it for a recipe, I'll get everything else at Trader Joe's, and then I'll go to the other stores for that. It's fine. Anyway, if I'm sure, but the great thing about Trader Joe's, if I went up to one of the people and I said, "Hey, Kathy, so you guys don't have pimentos?" And she'll go, "You know what? I'll order you some." And then the next time you go in there, they'll have pimentos. Anyway, my point is this dude he was in a fucking hurry,
It's like
for sure.
grocery store, small mom
It's
and pop
like,
type, huh?
yeah, it is. It is
Where they actually
it
know who
is
you are and they
national.
recognize you.
It is
That's cool though.
national. However, they just have that comfortable thing, you know what I mean? And the one that I go to all the time, they know my name. Not all of them, but some of them do.
Imagine
And
that.
I'm whatever. So, I'm in line and there's this like I keep hearing this right behind me. Like one of those heavy
Oh
sighs, you
Lord.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah. They're telling you how impatient they are and how they don't have time for this shit. Yep.
and the lady in front of me says, "Oh, I forgot granola. Do you mind? And I'm like, no, go for it. You know, grab me one too. Ha ha
No.
ha. So I let her go because there's
Oh,
another person in front of her with a full fucking basket that's checking out. It's gonna be there. She's not. They're not gonna get back and like she's gonna be like we're not gonna be like sitting there waiting for her to scan her fucking card because all of her shit's done and packed. She's got time to walk 2 aisles over and grab the fucking granola, right?
that's
So,
hilarious.
and then I hear, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's this dude behind me. Now, mind you, there are 7 other places he could go to check out. He doesn't have to be right behind me. And you know what? I'm not in a hurry because I'm in Trader Joe's and I'm letting the Trader Joe's being guide me. So I'm cool. I'm fine. So she bounces off, gets her granola, and the lady ahead of her finishes. So I just kind of shove the lady's basket with my basket, right? So I just kind of like push it forward. As I'm doing that, I'm like, motherfucker. He says, motherfucker. And I'm like, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to turn around because this is my happy place, and you're not going to get me to make a scene here. Everybody's got their phones out. They're going to turn it right at me because I'm going to lose my shit. So we're good. I'm fine. And as I'm like pushing her basket forward, she bops around the corner and comes up, and she had grabbed me a bag of granola. And so she put her granola in there. She goes, "Did you want this
Nice.
one?" She had 2 different kinds. She goes, "You want this one or this one?" And I'm like, "What? Which one did you go to get?" And she goes, "I went to get this one." I go, "I'll take that. I'll take the other one." So I took the other one. It would have been hilarious if she'd have been, well, I went to get this one. I'm like, oh, I'll take that one. But I didn't.
Right, that's the one
Um,
I want. What?
so she hands me the granola. I put it in there and I'm like, oh, great. Now I got granola. Bop, bop, bop. And she goes, checks out. It's hella quick, does her thing. Bam. I give the lady my bag that's going to check me out. And she's like, hey, how are you today? And I'm like, oh, I'm great. And blah, blah, blah. And I turn and I look at the little dude that's got, his basket full of shit. He's got like one of the hand baskets. Well, they have a
Mm-hmm.
specific place for you to go with your hand baskets. So you can fuck off, sighing behind my back, being pissed off, whatever. So she's checking me out and everything, and we're putting everything in my bag. And I'm not hurrying, but I'm just like, okay, I'm done, whatever. And like at last minute, when I started checking, he jumps over into the next lane to get checked out, right? And so he's checking out at the same time that I'm checking out. And I'm keeping my
Mm.
clock at him. I'm like, I kind of want to fuck with this guy a little bit just to see what happens. So like, uh-huh. So she like finishes me up and I'm just sitting there and I'm just kind of like, so how are you today? Just talking hella slow and everything, waiting to see him get finished. And I see him start paying. So I like take my basket, which I could have just picked up my bag out of the basket, but no, now I have my basket. So I'm like pushing my basket and I'm like blocking the exit from the end of the checkout stand to the exit. I turn my basket at an angle so it's sitting right there. And I turn back around and I'm like, oh, can I get my receipt, please? Hella slow. As he's finishing up and he like flips around and he's like, oh my God, because my basket's and I go, I'm like, thank you for the receipt. I'm ignoring the fuck out of this dude. I'm like, they
He is
take their
so lucky he had
Oh,
that
he's just
Roberts and not this
fucking
Roberts. He's
hilarious.
so
No, he's lucky
lucky.
he had day off Sally and not I'm in a hurry Sally because I'd have flipped out on him. Anyways, so he like turns around, sees me, he goes, "Oh my God," like out loud, and he had his earbuds in, and I know he's not talking to anybody on his earbuds. And I have my earbuds in too, so I'm just looking at my checker like I can't hear him. And I take my receipt and I like kind of slowly and I kind of glance over at him and I kind of smile and I kind of turn and I'm going hella slow. And the door, there's 2 doors, but only one side opens. And I know this because this is my friendly neighborhood Trader Joe's. And I know that the other door doesn't open. So he walks straight over to that other door. He's standing there. And then my door opens because, duh, I knew that door was going to open. So I like slowly, I'm just going out and everything. And he's all, and he finally like huffs around me. We get outside. It's like wider. So I just kind of like push over to the left. So I let him go around me. And he's got his bag in one hand, like in his, like up high on his right hand side. And then he's like swinging the fuck out of his left hand, like to like stomp around me. He gets around me
That's funny.
and he goes, oh no, it's not over. He gets around me and he's going, and like as he goes to turn the corner to go to the parking lot, this guy with a basket that's going into the other store that's next to him, next to the Trader Joe's, like flies around, like smacks the, like almost smacks the dude. Dude like jumps out of the way, with his bag of stuff, and he's like, "Watch it, motherfucker!" And he like takes 2 steps, stumbles off the curb, and like
And eats
like
it.
almost falls. And like as he goes
Ah,
to put his left hand down to save himself from falling, he drops his bag of groceries all over
nice,
in the fucking parking lot.
nice.
And I just went whoop boop boop, and I like turned the corner real
I
quick.
hope you check the papers
Oh
for
my God,
suicides
I was
after
so
that.
excited. And I just went
That's
and I just like
hilarious.
picked up my bag out of the basket, put my basket where the baskets go, because that's what I do. And I just strolled right past him. I was
That's
just like,
funny.
this,
Oh my
this
God.
dude. And he was just sitting there. He just goes, motherfucker, like hella loud and everything. And I'm like, there are children around here, sir. He was so pissed. And I looked,
Oh,
and
that's
you
hilarious.
don't know this, but they double bag your shit at Trader Joe's, and
So
like the
he dropped a
handle on
double
his
bag.
bag, yeah, one handle broke, so he's like trying to put all of his other shit
Oh,
into another
hilarious.
bag, and this lady walks up to him and she's like trying to help him, and she's picking up all of his stuff for him and everything, and I just want to go leave him, fuck that guy, but I didn't. I just like went over to my car.
And backed over his products. Yeah. Woo!
I sat in my car and I just watched him, and Gigi was my dog was sitting there, and so I told her, I go, see that guy? That guy's super impatient. He just dropped all of his stuff. We're just gonna watch him. We're just gonna sit here and watch him walk all the
He's
way
an
to his car.
asshole.
And so then he's like power walking to his car now, and then this other car's backing up, and like he's like, hey, watch it, motherfucker! Like this guy.
God, do you think he'd fucking change his attitude after all the fucking karma he gave himself?
It was so great though, because you hear about
That's
that stuff,
awesome.
but to see it was just the best. I
I
was
had
so
one that
happy.
wasn't as good as that one, but I was in line. There was two lines, and it's like each line had a lot of people in it, and I had this guy behind me that was just bitching the entire freaking time, and it's self checkout, and he's just bitching and bitching about how long it's taking, how many groceries these people have. So I get up there, and there's this dude. He's scanning his stuff, and he has a fair amount of stuff for checkout. No big deal. Um, and then there's this lady that has like maybe 6 items, okay, and
Hmm.
she's going, and I guess the guy got impatient, so he crowds in front of this lady that was going to get into line, and makes himself next for her, okay, and he literally
Hmm.
crowded, pushed the lady out, and the lady's like, and I go, God damn, what an asshole, and he looks at me, and I go, yeah, you, and he just turns around, I'm like, oh, so you're a gutless asshole on top of
Hmm.
it. Okay. I'm like, okay, so the guy that was at the register that was I was waiting for, he sees what's going on, and he looks at me and he just winks at me and he starts going like he finished his entire cart like in 5 seconds so that I was next and that guy had to
Oh,
wait. And that lady had two things they had to go look up the price for. It was fucking hilarious. The
uh,
guy was bright red
that is the best.
before he finally got finished. It was great. Even the guy was laughing. We got outside and he's all, God, I guess that guy has a bad day. I go, I guess so. He goes, well, it's only going to get worse now. I started laughing.
That is the
Gotta love
greatest.
it. Little
Yeah,
karma.
absolutely.
A
And
little
like
karma goes a long way.
those self-check things, first of all, I've never been trained on a self-check thing, so I'm not really sure how to use them. Wink.
Wink, wink. And we weren't working when we were 14.
I usually don't like the self-check out, but the thing that's funny about it, is it 15 items or less in the self-check, or can you take like all your shit
It
in there?
depends on where it is. I think at like Wally World, they have one that's like, they want you to condense it. Some are cash only, some are
Oh,
credit
okay.
card only. So,
Okay.
it's not like they're all open to use, but they also have 2 lanes that you can do everything on. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
those are the ones, there's a lane on either side, and that's the one that
Well, when are they going to come
you're
up
caught up
with the lane of the people who have their shit together? That's the lane I'm interested in.
that would be Amazon's cart that you put your stuff in and it knows exactly what's in it. There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you got. You put
Or
it in,
like,
you walk the hell out. Then you're
see
done.
that? Do you know that like Whole Foods, you can just put your fucking palm down there and like it'll just like, broop, and I'm like, I don't know, that seems kind of Big Brother to me, but goddamn, it's
Well, I
convenient.
mean,
Super
right?
convenient. Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't have any chips in my body, so I'm good. But it's not like we don't have a phone and 1,000 chips following us all the time anyways. We have
I'm
GPS
not
in our
worried about
cars.
that. I mean, but then like I was just like, oh my God, that just seems so invasive. And then I watched the dude do it in front of me, and I was just like, oh, it's hella convenient though. That's pretty sweet. Like you don't got to pull nothing out. You don't got to use your phone. None of it. I was like, that is kind of nice.
You know, the self-checkout is also a thing that people you like or you dislike. Some people are like, I didn't,
Yeah,
I'm not getting paid to do your job, blah, blah, blah. I'm
yeah,
like, I want to get my stuff out faster and I can do it quicker myself. So boom. And maybe I'm buying something that's a little private and I don't want the whole world. I don't want
yeah.
to pull that, what was it?
Price check on KY jelly. I need a price
Yes,
check
yes.
on
On
station 19.
Vagisil for
Yeah,
itch.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, man.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, no, 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 no. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
How funny.
These are adult diapers. I need the price on adult diapers. Extra absorbent.
God, could you imagine? Be like, "Ah,
Could you not? Could you just like
could you just
you
not?
know what I do with certain situations? If I know I'm gonna get questioned on this thing, I'll like take a picture of it while I'm in there, and then I'm like, hey, I got a picture right here. It says it's 3.99 or whatever. But most of the time they're like, oh, we have to scan it ourselves. Okay, do you though?
Oh my goodness.
Whatever.
I'll
Yeah,
scan myself
the
and then
dude
I'll.
scrubbing off of there, like he didn't fall, but he put his hand. Oh my God, it was just. I felt like
He,
it was a gift.
his grocery spell, that was justice
Trader
enough.
Joe's gods were like, you know what? Sally's been a good customer. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just give her a little gift right now. Because it was just so great. Because he came around that corner and that guy like just barely boop bopped him with the can, and he just like spun around and took 2 steps. Bop bop bam. Oh my God, it was so great. I wanted to just stop and watch him, but I was like, nah, I don't want to be that bitch right now. I'm gonna go ahead and let him
Don't.
just revel in his joy right there. Fucking prick. You fucking prick.
Oh my goodness.
I guess that would be a pet peeve. Impatient people.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That is kind of it. I mean, when you're in a situation where you know it's going to be busy. It's just like people that go to Disneyland and expect I had to wait in line for like 2 hours. Yeah, no shit. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the experience. You're gonna wait in line. It's just like you're in a hurry. Why are you here if you're in a hurry? It's fucking noon on a Monday. It's gonna be busy here. Crazy
Yeah. What
ass.
exactly were we expecting noon on a Monday? Any Monday. I mean, damn, man. What'd you say?
I said, don't huff at me.
Well, I do that. I'm not gonna lie. I'll sit there and go, ah. But usually when I'm doing that, it's because somebody's being a total fucking
If
asshole.
somebody's being
I
stupid or
wouldn't do
whatever,
that to
yeah,
that.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would never do that. I'm usually the one
I'm
that'll
like,
defend
oh
them.
my God, you fucking idiot. That's what I'll do. Yeah. That's like when that lady was like, I'm gonna go right now. I forgot. And I'm just like, oh, go do it. No, we're good. And then that's when he was like, that's when he like, I think that's when he really spun out. And I would have said, go get it anyways, because I don't care. Whatever. I'm not in a hurry. I'm in Whole Foods. I can't afford Disneyland right now, so I'll just go to Whole Foods or to Trader Joe's. Yeah, not Whole Foods. I like Whole Foods, but I can't. I can't do Whole
I
Foods.
can't afford that place. I like it, but dang, man. I mean, I hate that I can't afford to eat well, but it is what it is. Oh, speaking of food, I went on to a certain app that people like to use to order their food.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. And I opened up the app and I had been craving something all flippin' day. I was like, oh my God, I am craving this. It was like intense craving. I'm like, I have to have it, even though I
Was it a
know
lemon
I
bar?
don't. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
This was actually it was a nachos. It was a really good nachos.
Yeah.
Um, so I open up the food app and I'm going to order it, and I look down and on this food app, if you order something, it'll tell you, oh, you ordered this before. Do you want to order again?
Mhm.
Make it more convenient.
Right. Yes.
And I'm like, oh, what do you know? I've ordered this before. And I look down and not only did I order it before, I ordered it like 2 days off to the fucking year that I got it
Oh my
last time.
God.
It's
Like
like
a
two
year
days
ago,
off. I'm like, yeah.
your yearly craving.
I go, wait a minute, that's 2 days from now. There's no way I could have ordered. And I look 24. I'm like, no way. My brain is in the exact same spot. Nothing's changed. Yeah, nothing's changed.
That's okay. A yearly craving of
Damn, it was
it was
tasty.
prune juice? Was it prune juice?
No, it was
Oh.
nachos.
Hmm.
Prune juice is only after knee surgeries. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't need any
oh.
prune juice,
Oh.
prunes, or any
Yeah.
of those kind of products. Thank you very much.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that though, yesterday, not yesterday, I'm sorry, Friday, I went and got some food from one of my favorite places by work, and it was a burrito, and a really good one too. But they give you like, your little sauce, and then they always give you like a lemon wedge, right? And usually I get a nice fat lemon wedge, and so I get home and I'm like, I can't wait to dig into this fucking thing. I open it up and the burrito looks good. I pull out the lemon and it looks like someone already fucking squeezed it. I'm
Oh
like,
my
wait a minute.
gosh.
This is like a dead lemon. It's just this
Yeah.
little wimpy. I couldn't even get like a drop out of it. I'm like, wow, I've never been given a pre-used lemon for my fucking burrito before. That was a first. Yeah, I'm like, you just charged me fucking $11 for this fucker. I can't get a lemon wedge with more than three pulps in it. Is that a problem for
It's
you?
that's so like touch and go with citrus. It's like, oh, that orange looks great, and then you get that orange home, and you're just like, eh, mm,
Yeah, you're
it's
all.
not good.
You open it up, you're like, no.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Speaking of oranges,
Yeah, I love oranges.
remember orange wedges? Man, that was
Oh,
like the best
soccer.
part of soccer halftime, man.
It was about the orange wedges, and mom had that shit dialed in.
Fuck yes, she
Dialed
did.
in. People wanted to be on our team for our orange wedges.
She could pick a fucking ripe orange. Like right now, you send her down to get oranges. She's gonna come back. You get, Mom, I need 15 ripe oranges. She's gonna come back with
Yep.
15 ripe oranges, like perfectly.
Where we
That's
had
exactly
that
what I
orange
needed.
tree, that was
Oh
amazing. Those
yeah,
oranges
yeah, the
were
one that had the fucking
amazing.
super long thorns on it.
Yeah, keep your
Yeah,
damn hands off my oranges. That's
exactly.
right.
I couldn't have picked the orange without getting one of them thorns
Genetically
stuck in my
produced by
finger.
me to keep you out
Bullshit.
of my orange tree.
Whatever.
Meh.
Stupid. Stupid
Work for
oranges.
me. Work for me. Unfortunately, that
Stupid
puts me meh.
oranges.
Well,
Stupid.
it is what it is.
It is what it
But
was.
yeah,
What it is, what it will
it
be.
is what it was. It is what it will be. So, we're gonna have some stickers for our people who enjoy our show if they'd like to spread the love.
Yay,
Yeah,
stickers.
you're gonna have to ask for it though. You're gonna have to show that you listen to our podcast. When you ask for a sticker, we're gonna send you one. So,
Yay.
yay! But you got to go to our website. Yeah,
We have a website?
.com. God,
Oh, no shit.
son of a
Do we really have
bitch.
a I didn't know we had a
Oh
website.
my God. Yes, it's sure-jan.com.
Hold
Sure-jan.com.
on, let me write that down.
Discover your
Hey, do I
next
have to
favorite
spell
podcast.
dash?
No, you do
Oh,
the
oh, it's
dash.
the dash. Okay,
Not
okay.
not the not any dash you're used to, but those
Hey,
dashes.
whoa, I
No
don't even
no
know what that
sports
means.
dashes. That means 40-yard dash. Wow,
Oh,
where'd you take
yeah.
it, gutter brain?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. I went right to your track days.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
woo woo.
I
Go
don't know why
fast.
people intentionally run. That's just punishment for me. I don't get it.
I
I
know.
never
My
understood
sport
track.
is your sport's punishment.
It is. When it was run, I was in trouble. I'm like, fuck, I only run
Yeah,
when I'm in trouble. I am not running for any other time.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa, easy there. You're
Sorry,
gonna
that
make
was
me
me.
sick.
I know.
You're
I think it
adjusting
was an
your camera. I'm
earthquake.
like,
I
oh,
think there was an earthquake. I'm just kidding. There
oh,
wasn't.
well, it
Oh my
wasn't
gosh,
in
there
South.
was an earthquake the
Yeah,
other day.
in
We were
LA.
at. No, no, no. This one was in.
Oh no, well, I'm talking about the one in LA today.
Oh, I don't know anything
As
about that.
opposed to the earthquake that was down there with Bernie and AOC. That was a pretty good earthquake. That was a whole bunch of people.
No, I was at sushi. I was at sushi with a friend of mine, and we're sitting there, and the waitress had just come up and asked us, "How everything good?" And we're like, "Yeah, everything's great." And then she walked behind me, and then it was like just like a quick jolt, and then like the
Right.
person I was having dinner with like stopped, like put her hands down on the table and like looked at me like that, and I thought that the waitress hit my chair. And I was like, oh. And then the waitress was like, I turned around and looked at her, and she stopped too. And like everybody in the everything just like stopped. There was like about a half a skip of just like complete silence right after this thing, and it just felt like a quick jolt. It wasn't like a rolling, like the earthquakes I'm used to, where they're like
Right,
rolling and
right.
everything. This was like a boom, and I was like looking around, like the fucking all the shits that could sway was swaying and
Yeah, the
everything.
sway, the
And
familiar
then like
sway. Yes.
the girl I was having dinner with, did you feel that? I'm like, yeah, I what was that an earthquake? I mean, it was just like because I seriously thought that bitch just hit my chair, whatever.
I
But no,
haven't felt an
it was an
earthquake in like
earthquake.
4 years.
I
My
hadn't
friend from high
either.
school, well, my friend from high school on a media platform we're not going to mention,
Uh,
follows it on the regular, like has
oh,
like the
okay.
little app on her phone and stuff. So she always hits me and my other friend that lives in San Diego. She always hits us up to see if we
Oh,
felt it. You know, if it's down there, did you feel it? No. Or yeah, it's always up here. Did you feel it?
yeah,
It's always no. Every time she says no, I'm on a forklift.
yeah.
No, I'm
Same.
driving.
Yeah,
Every time I'm like, I don't know why she even bothers sending it to me. I'm like, I'm immune. I don't feel them anymore. I may have felt it and I'm just used to it. I don't notice it. I
since
don't
I
notice
started
it.
the job I'm at now, I don't ever feel them because that's all I do is I just move all day. So it's just like I don't
Yeah, there's the answer to earthquakes, Sally. Just keep fucking moving. There you go.
exactly. If somebody like that doesn't live in California hits me up, they're like, "Hey, there was an earthquake. Did you feel it?" Because it's in LA or it's in Northern California,
You're
like
like,
super
it's a
northern or something like that.
4.6. No.
And I'm just like, "Yeah, you guys just don't understand how big California is. There could be an earthquake in Death
They
Valley.
freak the fuck out.
I didn't feel it.
You're like, no, I
Promise you,
appreciate
I
that.
didn't feel that one. Yeah, California's really big, dude. Okay,
It's the same with the fires, the wildfires,
hundred
okay?
percent.
The
Yeah,
wildfires are hitting, everybody like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, well, yeah, that's
I'm
like
good.
3 hours south.
Sorry. Yeah,
I'm
they don't.
perfectly
Yeah, they just can't fathom it.
fine.
It's kind of
Although we
fun
did
though.
have that fire that was up at Mount Diablo there, that was basically raining down on the valley for what, like a week? two
You
weeks.
did.
It was thick. Like we took the forklifts outside and we get the gas in them and we come back in. And by the time we got back to the seat, there was like an inch of ash in the seat. I
That's
was like, why
crazy.
are we working in this?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we all
crazy.
had to wear masks and we had to wash our hands after we're just covered in them. Sucked.
Yeah,
And yeah, I said that, so I'm gonna have to mute that.
that's right. Uh, they're
Lord.
the ones that were in Napa a couple years ago.
Mm.
Those hit hard down here. You couldn't see the Oakland Hills from
Yeah,
880.
it's the smoke. It's just carries into the valley
It was
and it
and
just,
it
oh
was
my
just
God, it
there.
just
You know what I
sits.
mean? And
Yeah, it just sits.
there was no kind of like
No
wind blowing it,
reprieve.
nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. And it was hitting everybody. It was hitting the Bay. It was hitting us. It was hitting everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's whatever. I think
I'm gonna pause. So
here
off
we
camera
are.
or off camera, off radio, we were talking about recycling days and stuff like that,
How it
and
wasn't
you were
like
talking
it
about
wasn't cool because you actually did it for money. You like would go and
right,
collect up
but I mean, you got
bottles.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would get something for it.
And
And
that was
back then,
cool. You
you'd put money in the machine to get a soda, and it gave you a glass bottle,
yeah, and
Coca-Cola at the park.
you weren't like
Oh my God.
and you could go and collect them off the ground. Like people would just like throw them or
Oh
they
yeah.
would place I remember at the parks people would put the bottles, they'd put them next to the garbage cans instead of putting them in
Yep.
the
So you
garbage
could recycle
cans.
them.
And I
Yep.
just remember as a kid just going and like just like fucking gathering them all up, taking them to the store and turning them in, and they'd give you like $4 or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
back in my day, $4, I mean that was a lot of candy. I was blowing
Oh
that shit on a
yeah.
lot of candy. Not gonna
And I
lie.
mean, like I had mentioned off air that there was a place called the Pot Shop, and we used to
Yeah.
get really great flavored sodas there. And you were mentioning a
Oh,
few that
they were just the
yeah,
best. The brown
that
that they
black
had the black
cherry.
cherry one, and the grape like was like it was better
Mm-hmm.
than what was that grape soda back in the
Welch's and
day?
all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good stuff,
Welch's,
man. It was good stuff. Better than Crush. I think that was really
Crush.
the only one.
Don't get me wrong though.
Yeah,
I do love me a grape
Crush was
crush.
good.
I'm not gonna lie. Grape
Well, I
crush
mean, we're old
was
school. We
my
used to
jam
love
back in the
Tang.
day. I don't think I ever loved Tang. No offense, Tang.
Oh, you
But that was
drank all mine half the
because
times.
you know what I did with Tang? I would take my spoon and lick my spoon and stick it in the Tang container. I know you don't know this, but now you do. So I'd lick my spoon, stick it in the powdered Tang container, and then eat the
Lovely.
powdered Tang. And I would just do that a couple times, like a big old lick'em stick. Remember those lick'em
So every
sticks?
time I beat your ass when we were little, I feel is justified right now.
That's fair. I'll take it. Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
they're justified.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Okay,
All three
miss,
times.
let's mix our fries together. And okay, yeah, let's mix all of our fries together. And then you would lick one and throw it back in the fucking bag. Miss,
Not
okay,
me. I
whatever.
never did that.
Oh, you're
That
so
sounds like
full of
someone else I know.
shit.
That
You are
doesn't sound like
so, she's full
me.
of shit, y'all. No,
I don't do that kind of
100%.
stuff. That's
You
so rude.
100% did that.
I suppose
Absolutely.
next you're gonna say I held you down and hung loogies
And
over you,
spit on
so
me.
you can
Yes,
say
you
that too.
did. Absolutely.
Nice,
Nope, nope,
nice.
nope, nope.
You know what I just watched yesterday? Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh my God.
God, that's such a great movie. It's such a
I don't
great
give a
movie.
shit.
Kurt Russell is
Anything with
such a
Kurt
great
Russell in
man.
it was a great movie. Even his
Oh
shitty
yeah,
movies, it was a great movie.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
go back and you watch Escape from New York.
Oh, Escape from New York.
That's a
Yes.
terrible movie if you go back and watch it now.
So
But
what?
god
Snake
damn it, it's
Plissken.
so great. Snake Plissken.
Snake.
Pliskin.
Snake Plissken.
Pliskin. Oh my god, yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
was. I mean, I was in love with him since
I
the
love that
fucking
movie.
beginning of time because of Disney. He was in the Disney movies and shit.
Yes, he was
Oh
in
my
lots of
god.
Disney movies, but he was in The Thing. He was really good in The
He
Thing.
has not, he's
That
never
was
gone through an
amazing.
awkward stage. He's never gone through a questionable time. He's always been perfect. Kurt
I
Russell,
know, makes you wonder, huh?
perfect. No,
Hmm.
there's no wondering. What are we wondering about? No, stop it.
What are we wondering?
Don't even try. No,
How
he's
is this
perfect. And then he hooks
perfection
up with
achieved?
fucking Goldie
He's
Hawn, who's
ego.
also amazing. Come on. Fucking
Yeah, they
match
seem
made
like
in
a fun
heaven. They're
pair.
just the best. Yeah, love them.
Awesome sauce. But all right.
Um, yep.
Okay. Well,
All right. I love you. Be
it's
safe.
been real and it's been fun, and hope you have a great day and take it easy. Peace out.
Be kind. Bye.
No.